Hey guys, once again welcome back to my channel. Today you will see the boot killer part 2. Before getting into the video, don't forget to hit the like button and smash the subscribe icon and press all to be notified. On January 15, 1974, 4 members of the Otero family were murdered in Wichita, Kansas. The victims were Joseph Otero, age 38, Julie Otero, age 33, Joseph Otero Jr., age 9, and Josephine Otero, age 11. Their bodies were discovered by the family's 3 older children, who had been at school at the time of the killings. After his 2005 arrest, Rader confessed to killing the Otero family. Rader wrote a letter that had been stashed inside an engineering book in the Wichita Public Library in October 1974, which described in detail the killing of the Otero family in January of that year. Between the spring of 1974 and winter 1977, Rader killed 3 more women: Catherine Bright, April 4, 1974, Shirley Vian Relford, March 17, 1977, and Nancy Fox, December 8, 1977. In early 1978, he sent another letter to television station Cocky in Wichita, claiming responsibility for the murders of the Oteros, Bright, Vian Relford, and Fox. He suggested many possible names for himself, including the one that stuck, BTK. He demanded media attention in this second letter, and it was finally announced that Wichita did indeed have a serial killer at large. A poem was enclosed titled, "Oh, Death to Nancy," a parody of the lyrics to the American folk song, "Oh Death." In the letter, he claimed to be driven to kill by Factor X, which he characterized as a supernatural element that also motivated the Jack the Ripper, the Son of Sam, and the Hillside Strangler murder. He also intended to kill others, such as Anna Williams, who in 1979, aged 63, escaped death by returning home much later than expected. Rader explained during his confession that he became obsessed with Williams and was absolutely livid. When she evaded him, he spent hours waiting at her home, but became impatient and left when she did not return home from visiting friends. Maureen Hedge, age 53, was found on May 5, 1985, at East 53rd Street North between North Webb Road and North Greenwich Road in Wichita. Rader killed her on April 27 and took her dead body to his church, the Christ Lutheran Church, where he was the president of the church council. There he photographed her body in various bondage positions. Rader had previously stored black plastic sheets and other materials at the church in preparation for the murder, and then later dumped the body in a remote ditch. He had called his plan Project Cookie. In 1988, after the murders of 3 members of the Fager family in Wichita, a letter was received from someone claiming to be the BTK killer, in which the author of the letter denied being the perpetrator of the Fager murders. The author credited the killer with having done admirable work. It was not proven until 2005 that this letter was, in fact, written by Rader. He is not considered by police to have committed this crime. 2 women that Rader stalked in the 1980s and 1 that he stalked in the mid-1990s filed restraining orders against him. One of them also changed address to avoid him. His final victim, Dolores A. Davis, was found on February 1, 1991 at West 117th Street North and North Meridian Street in Park City. Rader killed her on January 19. By 2004, the investigation of the BTK killer was considered a cold case. Then Rader initiated a series of 11 communications to the local media. This activity led directly to his arrest, February 2005. In March 2004, the Wichita Eagle received a letter from someone using the return address Bill Thomas Kilman. The author of the letter claimed that he had murdered Vicky Wu, the girl, on September 16, 1986, and enclosed photographs of the crime scene and a photocopy of her driver's license, which had been stolen at the time of the crime. Before this, it had not been definitively established that Wigirl was killed by BTK. DNA collected from under Wigirl's fingernails provided police with previously unknown evidence. They then began DNA testing hundreds of men in an effort to find the serial killer. Altogether, over 1,300 DNA samples were taken and later destroyed by court order. In May 2004, television station Cocky in Wichita received a letter with chapter headings for the BTK story, fake IDs, and the word puzzle. On June 9th, a package was found taped to a stop sign at the corner of 1st and Kansas roads in Wichita. It had graphic descriptions of the Otero murders and a sketch labeled, "A Sexual Thrill Is My Bill." Also enclosed was a chapter list for a proposed book titled The BTK Story, which mimicked a story written in 1999 by court television crime writer David Lohr. Chapter 1 was titled, "A Serial Killer is Born." In July, a package dropped into the return slot. A public library contained more bizarre material, including the claim that he was responsible for the death of 19-year-old Jake Allen in Argonia, Kansas, earlier that month. This claim was false, and the death was ruled a suicide. After his capture, Rader admitted in his interrogation that he had been planning to kill again, and he had set a date, October 2004, and was stalking his intended victim. In October 2004, a manila envelope was dropped into a box in Wichita. It had many cards with images of terror and bondage of children pasted on them, a poem threatening the life of lead investigator Lieutenant Ken Landwehr, and a false autobiography with many details about Rader's life. These details were later released to the public. In December 2004, Wichita police received another package from the BTK killer. This time the package was found in Wichita's Murdoch Park. It had the driver's license of Nancy Fox, which was noted as stolen from the crime scene, as well as a doll that was symbolically bound at the hands and feet, and had a plastic bag tied over its head. In January 2005, Rader attempted to leave the cereal box in the bed of a pickup truck at a Home Depot in Wichita, but the box was discarded by the truck's owner. It was later retrieved from the trash after Rader asked what had become of it in a later message. Surveillance tape of the parking lot from that date revealed a distant figure driving a black Jeep Cherokee, leaving the box in the pickup. In February 2005, more postcards were sent to Cocky, and another cereal box left at a rural location was found to contain another bound doll, apparently meant to symbolize the murder of 11-year-old Josephine Otero. In his letters to police, Rader asked if his writings, if put on a floppy disk, could be traced or not. The police answered his question in a newspaper ad posted in the Wichita Eagle, saying it would be safe to use the disk. On February 16, 2005, Rader sent a purple 1.44 megabyte Memorex floppy disk to Fox television affiliate KCS Television in Wichita. Also enclosed were a letter, a gold-colored necklace with a large medallion, and a photocopy of the cover of Rules of Prey, a 1989 novel about a serial killer. Police found metadata embedded in the deleted Microsoft Word document that was, unknown to Rader, still stored on the floppy disk. The metadata contained the words, Christ Lutheran Church, and the document was marked as last modified by Dennis. An internet search determined that Dennis Rader was president of the church council when investigators drove by Rader's house. A black Jeep Cherokee, the type of vehicle seen in the Home Depot surveillance footage, was parked outside. This was strong circumstantial evidence against Rader, but they needed more direct evidence to detain him. Police obtained a warrant to test a pap smear taken from Rader's daughter at the Kansas State University Medical Clinic. DNA test showed a familial match Between the pap smear and the sample from the girl's fingernails, this indicated that the killer was closely related to Rader's daughter, and combined with the other evidence, was enough for police to arrest Rader.